Okay, we're all ready. Excellent. So today, we're going to be continuing where Teacher Kat left off with you guys on last Thursday. Okay. Kumo says that she can't hear anything, so I think we need to help Kumo with that. If you could just help Teacher Simone with Kumo, who can't hear anything at the moment. Hello, Zakete. It's nice to see you again. All right. Okay, so we're going to be learning about how to solve an equation that's got multiple steps. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to learn the multiplicative and the additive inverses of all of these things. Now, I'm going to ask a very bland question. Okay, bear with me, guys. I'm going somewhere with this. Okay, if I said to you guys that 5 is equal to 5. Everybody agree? Thumbs up? Yeah? Everybody agrees with me? 5 is equal to 5. Yeah? Okay. I'm asking a mundane question. It doesn't really, you're just like, ma'am, where are you going? What's going on today? Yes, 5 is equal to 5. We all agree that 5 is equal to 5. But now if I said to you that 5 plus 1 is equal to 5, are we still correct here? Do we still have 5 plus 1? Is 5 plus 1 equal to 5? No, not at all. We know that it's equal to 6, but because I have an equal sign in the middle, and the equal sign, what the equal sign actually tells us, guys, is that what we write on the left-hand side and what we write on the right-hand side are true. It means that they must be true. The thing on the left must be true to the thing on the right. So the only way I'm going to make this true, how can I possibly make this true? If I've added 1 on this side, who can venture a guess? What would I then have to do to make sure that this thing is true on both sides? Yes, Mohau.
Ma'am, you can put the 1 on the other side. Like
good, I can add
1
on the other side. Okay, so you're with me. 100% Mohau. Excellent, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. So you guys would agree with me. If I do something on the left-hand side, in order for my statement to stay true, I need to do it on the right-hand side as well. Okay, I need you guys to remember that as we're going along. Same with if I went 5 minus 1. The only way this is going to be true if there's a 5 here is if I minus 1 on this side as well. So my equation must always balance out on both sides. So the things on the left must be true to the things written on the right. Now, let's see where Teacher Coco is going with this, because it's sounding kind of, ma'am, what are you trying to say here? Ooh, Teacher Simone, I think Sinovuyo can't hear me. Her hand is up, but she doesn't have an ask to unmute button. Okay. All right. So everything is going to have a multiplicative and an addition inverse. Now, if I said to you guys that A is equal to A, you're all going to agree with me because there's an A on the left and that is true to what's on the right. But now if I said A plus B, I then have to add AB on the other side to make this true. Yes? Okay, Jivika, if you can't see anything, my sweetie, could I please ask you to just, I think we've disabled the waiting room, so quickly just jump off and come straight back in and see if that helps your situation. Okay, good. Okay, so now if I said to you guys that A plus 4 needs to equal to 7, right? You're all going to tell me just by inspection, because you guys have done inspection, you're going to tell me that A is equal to 3. We all know this. It's 100% true. A is equal to 3. But now if I said to you, I want to make sure that both of these sides are equal, but I want to get rid of this 4. I want to get rid of 4. So what I'm going to do to get rid of this 4 is I'm going to minus by 4 on this side. But remember, at the beginning of this, I told you that A plus 4 is equal to 7 is the true statement. So if I add, or if I minus 4 on the left-hand side, Manoko, what do I need to do on my right-hand side? Can you unmute for me? I'm going to need you to scroll left or right. Look for that big speak button. There's a big speak button. Scroll left, scroll right. You'll see it. It's there somewhere. Okay, I'm going to ask Tando to answer this one for me. Manuku, we're going to get back to you. Okay, Tando, if I've added -4 on the right, what do I need to do on the left? What do I need to do on the right-hand side?
What you're gonna be doing is you're gonna -4 also on the right-hand side, because what you do on the left, you do on the right.
Wonderful. So Tando, don't go away, because now I need to ask you, what is 4 minus 4 going to give us?
0.
Good. A plus 0 is equal to, and then 7 minus 4 will give us?
3.
3. Excellent. We did nothing wrong. But anything added to 0 is just going to be that thing. So my answer for A is actually?
3 equals, A equals 3, sorry.
Excellent. And okay, Teacher Coco loves her therefore. So we need to put a therefore, A is equal to 3. Okay, so we're going to note here, guys, that every single number has an additive inverse. I want you guys to write that down. Every number has an additive inverse. Okay, and let's talk about what that means. Okay, it means that if I have a number, let's say for instance, my number is 2. I can always add or subtract a number from 2 so that I can get to 0, just like we did with 4 and -4. What is that number going to be, guys? If I want to add a number to 2, what is that number going to be if I want my answer to be 0? Good, Sikete. That's it. Mohau, check again. Make sure we're okay with that. Good. It needs to be -2. I need to add -2. So -2. Now here's my next question. If I have -4 and I want my answer to be 0, what do I need to add to -4 for my answer to be 0? That's it, Mpho. Good, Raven. Excellent, Mohau. That's it. If I want my answer to be 0, I need to add 4. Now, everybody at this point is going to be like, okay, ma'am, I see you. As long as the other number has the opposite sign, we're going to refer to it as the additive inverse. Yes? If this is +2, the additive inverse of +2 is -2. If this is -4, the additive inverse of -4 is +4. Do you see how they're the same number? They just have the opposite sign. Give me a thumbs up if you understand what the additive inverse is. Give me a thumbs up if we're together. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Excellent. Novuyo? I see your hand just went up. Oratile, your hand is also up.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, my sweetie, what's up?
Ma'am, can you please, ma'am, re-explain, ma'am? I don't understand, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Novuyo, if I said to you that I've got the number 6, and I want you to give me a number over here that's going to make the 6 equal to 0, what is that number going to be?
-6.
Good. It's going to be -6. So you can tell that this 6 over here is positive. Yes, this is +6. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
This is +6. And in order for me to call the other number an additive inverse, it just needs to be the negative of that number. So if this is +6, the additive inverse will be -6. Okay, now if I said to you that I've got -1 and I want my answer to be 0, what number do I need to put in here?
+1, ma'am.
Good, plus 1. So do you notice how this is -1 and I add 1 to make it 0? So the additive inverse of -1 is?
Yeah. Ma'am, the inverse of -1, ma'am, is +1.
Good, it's +1. Do you see how they're the same number? They just have different signs.
Yes,
Have you
ma'am.
noticed that? One is positive, one is negative. And that is the additive inverse. Is that making sense, Nobuyo?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. All right. That's where I wanted you to get. You're very welcome, my sweetie. All right. Now let's look at the multiplicative inverse. Yo, that word is such a mouthful. The multiplicative inverse. Okay, let's make another statement. Remember, this whole left and right must be true. Okay, we're still going to talk about that. All right. Now, if I said to you guys that I've got 4, right? And 4 is equal to 4. You're going to tell me, yeah, okay, fine, ma'am. 4 is equal to 4. Right. But now if I went ahead and I then said, I'm going to multiply this by 2. You guys are all going to agree with me that I need to multiply this side by 2. I don't think anybody's going to argue with me here. If I multiply the side by 2, in order for my statement to still hold true, I need to multiply the other side by 2. But now, if I have my A, if I have A, and my A is multiplied by 3, and I tell you that 3A is equal to 6, right? Now, here's a problem that I'm going to have. If I try and minus 3A, I'm going to end up with 0 on this side. And then I'm just going to end up with 6 minus 3A on the side. That didn't help the equation at all. So we can't use the additive inverse here. But I do know that 3A actually means 3 times A. Okay. This means 3 times A. So if I took this away, I would do this. I would put it over 1. And then I would multiply it by its inverse. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take this fraction that I've just created and flip it over. Okay, so I'm going to go times 1 over 3. Okay, flip it over. Because what's going to happen now is that we are going to be able to cross cancel. I can do that. 3 and 3 and 1 and 1. What do I have left? I've got A. Okay, but Teacher Coco can't forget that if she does something on the left-hand side, in order for the statement to stay true, she needs to do it on the right-hand side. So if I've multiplied by 1 over 3 on this side, I need to multiply by 1 over 3 on this side. Okay. Now we can still cross cancel. The only difference here is that 6 divided by 3 will give us 2. Okay, and this is over 1, and the 1 will cancel. So what I actually have left here is 2. Okay, so A is then equal to 2. Now, my next statement after doing this is that every number has a multiplicative inverse. And now the multiplicative inverse cannot give us 0. It can't give us 0. The multiplicative inverse must give us 1. And Olarato, I'm going to explain again just now. Okay, the multiplicative inverse must give us 1, must equal 1. So if I said to you guys, I've got 5, and I want 5 to be multiplied by something in order for it to give me 1. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put 5 over 1 And then what am I going to do to my fraction, guys? I'm going to flip. Okay. I'm going to flip it. So this is going to be 1/5. We're just going to flip it. Okay. So now if I've got 2 times something needs to equal to 1, I'm going to take my 2 and put it over 1. And then what am I going to do, guys? Flip. We're just going to flip it. So this will then be 1/2. Okay, Boitumelo, I know it sounds a little bit confusing, but we're going to look at all of them in examples just now, and it's going to make sense. Okay. All right, so the multiplicative inverse of any number is going to be the flipped number. So, okay, so orapeleng, I'm going to take 2, bring it to the bottom, and I'm going to take 1 and bring it to the top. That's what we mean when we say we're flipping it. Does that make sense? Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. Just flip the number. Take the fraction, swap the 2 numbers around. Now, if I say to you guys, I have 3/4, and I want to multiply 3/4 by something, and I want it to give me 1. What is the multiplicative inverse of 3/4, guys? Oratile, what do you think it is?
Hi, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm sorry, ma'am. I put my hand up by mistake, ma'am, because I wanted to ask a question. And teacher Simone already answered, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Okay, no worries. But you can't go away, Oratile. You still need to answer my question. What is the multiplicative inverse of 3/4?
It's equal to 1. Ma'am, I think it's 1/2.
Oh, for 3/4. What do we need to do with this fraction? What would we do with the fraction?
It's 4/3. You have to swap it around. I'm sorry, ma'am.
Good, we just swap it around. So this would be 4/3. Okay, well done, Oratile. I know you had technical difficulties, but still, well done. Okay, excellent stuff. All right. Zwavode, what's up, my sweetie?
Ma'am, I can't understand the fraction part. Can you please repeat it?
Okay.
I can't quite understand it.
Zwavode, do you agree that I can turn any number into a fraction? Yes?
Yes.
If I take 10, how do I make 10 a fraction?
Okay, so I think we multiply it by let's say 5.
Well, yes, could. Okay, we could just do this. We could say 10 divided by 1. We can just do that, right?
Oh, yes.
Because 10 divided by 1 is equal to 10. Now I've made it a fraction. Okay. So now, my sweetie, if I say I want to multiply 10 divided by 1 by something, and I want the answer to be 1, all you're going to do for me is you're going to take the 1, bring it to the top, and you're going to take the 10 and take it to the bottom. Okay. And that's going to be the answer. So the inverse of 10/1 is 1/.
Ma'am, I can hear you. Ma'am,
can you see the screen though?
No, it just turned black. Oh yeah,
Right.
now I can see it. Yes, I can see it now.
Okay, so when we want the inverse or the multiplicative inverse, we just take the number and we swap the 2 numbers around. Okay.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. I now understand it.
Okay, excellent. All right, let's put this work to practice. We've learned 2 things. Let's see if we can put them to practice. Okay, the first question here says, solve for x plus 5 is equal to 6. Now, I want to get rid of my plus 5. Guys, what is the additive inverse of plus 5? The additive inverse of plus 5? Ooh, now I'm moving my thing. Yes, Ayanda.
-5.
Good, it's -5. But don't go away, Ayanda. If I minus 5 on this side, what do I need to do on the other side?
Your minus side is another side.
Good. I must minus 5 on both sides. Now I know that over here, 5 minus 5 is going to give us 0. Okay, now I've got x plus 0. And then what about 6 minus 5? 6 minus 5 will give us
1.
Good. So what is my answer for x? Therefore, x is equal to
1.
1. Excellent. Okay, Ayanda, you did that beautifully. 100%. Okay, well done. Okay, are we okay? Give me a thumbs up if we're okay with what just happened here. No worries, Anda. Excellent. All right. Now I want Novuyo, can you tell me over here? I've got 5 times x equals 15. Am I going to use the additive inverse or the multiplicative inverse to get rid of this 5 next to x? Are we going to use the multiply or the add rule?
The multiply.
Good. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my 5 and I'm going to put it over what? What am I going to put it over?
1.
Good. And then I'm going to multiply it with its inverse. What is its inverse? Okay, just want to write it bigger because I feel like it's really tiny at the moment.
1 over 5.
Good. I'm going to multiply it with 1 over 5. But remember, my statement must stay true, Novuyo. So if I do it on the left-hand side, where else must I do it?
I'm on the right.
Yes, we must do it on the right as well, my sweetie. Good. So I know that on the side, okay, this is 15 over 1. 1 and 1 will cross cancel. 5 and 5 will cross cancel. What do I have left on the left-hand side of my equals?
Ma'am, I don't understand what you just said, ma'am.
Okay, look, I just cross-canceled these 2 numbers. So I canceled 1 with 1. Is that okay? Because they're fractions.
Ma'am, I can't see anything on your screen, ma'am.
Okay, that's not gonna help because I need somebody who can see my screen. Can I ask you to see if you can adjust maybe the size of your screen? Okay. Like
yes,
if you're on your phone. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm going to cancel 1 and 1. Agreed?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've lost Novuyo. Sure, okay. Novuyo, we're going to get back to you. So I'm going to cancel 1 and 1, guys. And then I'm going to cancel 5 and 5 because I can cross cancel when I've got fractions. But now that means I've got x left. I've got x left on this side. So I'm going to go x is equal to, now if we cross cancel on this side, guys, what are we going to get left? 15 divided by 5. And how much is that going to give me? Tell me in the chat. Good. X is going to equal to 3. We can even cross cancel. We know that that will give us 1 and this will give us 3. There we go. 15 will give us 3. Okay. Imange is saying why? Because remember, the equals means that the statement on each side must be true. Okay. Okay, yes, Imange.
You answered me, ma'am.
Oh, okay. All right. No worries, my sweetie. Okay, excellent. Paul, what's up?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, my sweetie. What's going on?
I just want to answer the next question.
Absolutely. Ooh, thank you. All right, let's go. Okay, here's my next question here. I'm going to rewrite it over here. It says 3x plus 4 is equal to 10. All right, let's get rid of this plus 4 first. Which one are we going to use, the additive or the multiplicative inverse?
The additive. inverse.
Good. What is the additive inverse of +4?
-4.
Good, -4. But if I do it on the left-hand side, I must then do it
on the right side.
Good, on the right side as well. Good. So 4 minus 4 is going to cancel and give us 0.
0.
So I've got 3x left. 3x is equal to 10 minus 4 will give us
6.
Excellent. Now that we've done the additive part, which other part do we need to do?
We need to divide.
Okay. Good. Divide or do the multiplicative inverse. We can do 1 over 3. And then on this side also there's a 1 here times 1 over 3.
Over 3.
Good. So 3 and 3 will cancel. 1 and 1 will cancel. Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. What about on this side? What answer am I going to get left? X is equal to?
2.
Good. 6 over 3, which will give us 2.
2.
Okay. Mpho, you are a whole rock star. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very nicely done.
Thank you.
Okay. Excellent. All right. Let's look at the next questions that we've been given here. It says here, x over 2 is equal to 4. Now, I want you guys to tell me which inverse are we going to use over here? Are we going to use the additive inverse or the multiplicative inverse? Volunteers. Anyone got any idea? All right. Thank you, Charlie. That's it. Yes, we're going to use the multiplicative. Yes, Zasem. Okay. So we're going to multiply by the multiplicative inverse of x over 2. But now, this is a tough one because x over 2 is actually half x, which is equal to 4. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, okay, what is the multiplicative inverse of a half? That's it. Zakit has got the right idea there. Yes. Okay, remember, we just need to take our fraction and what do we need to do with it? Flip it. We just need to flip it. So if this is a half, I need to multiply this with 2 over 1. But if I do it on the left-hand side, I need to do it on the right-hand side, 2 over 1. Okay, and then we can cross-cancel. 2 and 2 will cancel, 1 and 1 will cancel. I've then got x is equal to, how much is x equal to, guys? 4 times 2 over 1 would give us, that's it, Lomso. 8, there we go. All right, excellent. I want you guys to try B and C for me before we go do our brain break. So here's question B. I want you guys to choose for yourselves which inverse you're going to use. Is it going to be the additive inverse or the multiplicative inverse? And then find an answer for X. In C, I also want you guys to go ahead and pick which inverse you want to use and then calculate for A. Okay. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes. Sure, you guys are fast. My goodness. Tando Mpo, like literally 3 seconds. Amache, bam, bam, bam. You guys didn't even waste any time. You're cold. Give the others some time to breathe, guys. Give them some time to breathe. Okay, excellent. If you've got the answer for B, keep going. Keep going. Yes, Olerato.
Morning, ma'am. I mean, afternoon, ma'am.
What's up?
Ma'am, I don't actually understand the whole thing because on X, I don't know if you should use the
multiplicative or the multiplicative or the
yes,
additive. Okay. Let's see what's happening. Okay, the sum says x minus 8 is equal to negative 12. What is happening between x and negative 8? Are they being multiplied together? Are they being added to each other? What's actually happening?
They're being minused together.
They're being minused. Right. So we can't use the multiplicative inverse on something that's not being multiplied. You understand what I mean? So which inverse are we going to use here?
The
additive one, yes. The what? Yes. The adding one. That one. Okay. So I'm going to ask you now, Olerato, what is the additive inverse of negative 8?
Isn't it positive? Isn't it x positive 8?
Good, it's positive 8. No, you're correct. We just, because we want to get rid of negative 8, we must find the additive inverse of negative 8, which is plus 8.
Yes.
But what else do we need to do? If I add 8, if I plus 8 on this side of my equal sign, what else must I do?
Do the same thing on the right hand side.
Good. I must also plus 8 on this side. I can't just do it on one side. I need to make sure that they're equal. Right. Now, Olerato, negative 8 plus 8 will give us how much?
Negative 8. Isn't it 0?
It's 0. Yes, it's 0. So these two will cancel. What do I have left on my left-hand side?
We left with 12 plus 8.
On this side, what do I have left?
Oh, x.
Good. X is equal to, and then I need to do negative 12 plus 8 on the other side. How much is that going to give me?
Wait, man.
I'm here.
It's negative 4.
Excellent. Good. So x is going to equal to negative 4. You did that so beautifully. 100%. Just need to practice, okay? Because the more we practice, the quicker we're going to get. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Excellent. Well done. Very well done, my sweetie. All right. Siam Tanda, my dude, what's up?
Hello, ma'am.
How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, thank you. What can I help with, or do you want to answer a question for me?
I want to answer C.
Yes, let's do it. Love, love, love it. Okay, I'm going to erase some of this. Okay, maybe somebody's still copying. All right, I'm going to write it down over here. 2a plus 7 is equal to 13. What's our first move?
We're going to say 2a plus 7 minus 7 is equal to 13 minus 7.
That's it. Good. And then we agree 7 minus 7 is going to give us 0. Yes?
Yes.
Good. So what do I have left on the left-hand side?
13 minus 7 is 6.
Good. What's left over here after we've canceled the 7s?
We're going to say 2a over 1 and 1 over 2.
Good. Okay, this is 6. And then we're going to multiply by 1 over 2. And if I do it on this side, I must also
do it on the other side.
Excellent. Good. Now this will cancel and this will cancel. And then I've got A is
equals to 3.
Beautiful. Like just music to my ears. 100%. Very well done.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, love, love, love it. All right. If anybody wants to venture to do D with me, I would love to see how you guys went about that multiplicative inverse of 2m over 5. Okay. Because I can tell you now, this is actually what the sum looks like. The sum looks like 2 over 5m is equal to 6. We can rearrange it and write it like this. Yes. Yes, Letita, there is. There are quite a few of them that you can use, but these ones are more helpful because we're going to meet fractions. We're going to meet fractions. And when we start looking at fractions in here, it's going to start getting messy. And look at Jackie. Jackie, like a couple of seconds ago, was being like, ma'am, it's not make sure. And now she's like, I see it. 5/2, ma'am. Yes, absolutely. We must multiply by 5/2. 5/2. And if we multiply by 5/2 on this side, we must multiply by 5/2 on this side as well. Okay. This will cancel, 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 and we will have m left. And then we can clean up the right-hand side. 6 times 5 will give me 30/2. Don't forget the over 2. And therefore, m would be equal to 30 divided by 2, which is 15. All right. Can I get from you guys a number in the chat out of 10? How confident are you guys about understanding this concept? How confident are we? Madison says 10, Mpo says 10, Siposetu says 10. Yo, Alondi, that's a huge number. Alondi, wow, yo. Okay, I'm seeing a few 5s. I see a 15, I like it. Okay. Dwayne says 3. Dwayne, if you're sitting at a 3, you need to tell me where it is that we're not enjoying this so that I can help you to get to 100%. Okay. Oh, Otenda, also, please, guys, please ask questions. If I lose you somewhere, please put your hand up and put that over there. Buikanyo, I don't know how to read that number. Okay, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Okay. All right. Otenda, what's up, my sweetie? Yes.
This whole thing.
Yo,
Okay.
you know when people are like, this whole thing, like, we're going to have to see where it is I lost you. Because if you say this whole thing, it's the same as saying, I don't understand maths. So I don't know where to start. Okay.
So
I don't know where to start.
And then can I use C as an example?
Okay.
For C, we 2a plus 7 equals to 13.
Yes.
We have to substitute, no, not substitute, you have to add the opposite of positive 7, which is positive,
Yes.
no, negative 7, sorry. And then
Yes.
also add it on the other side, left and right.
That's it. Yes.
Then from there, I am lost.
Okay, so if you minus by 7 on both sides, Otenda, you're going to get positive 7 minus 7. What is 7 minus 7?
It's 0.
0. So this whole part over here is going to go away because the answer we're going to get for it is 0.
0.
Okay, so what do we have left? If this whole part is 0, what do we have left on this side?
On the other side, it's 6.
Good,
Oh, no,
because you
2a,
know
it's
that
2a,
minus
2a.
7. Yeah, so on this side, what do we have left?
2a.
2a. So we know we've got 2a left on this side. And on that side, if you minus that 7, 13 minus 7 will give us?
6, sorry.
6. Good. Okay, are we still together there?
Yes.
Okay, now if we want to get rid of this times 2, I'm going to take my 2 and I'm going to put it over 1. And then I'm going to multiply it with the flip of 2 over 1. What is the flip of 2 over 1?
1 over 2.
1 over 2. But again, Otenda, if I do it on the left-hand side, I must do it
on the right. On the right.
Side. 2. Oh, that's not 2. Yeah. That's 1. Okay. So now, because we are dealing with fractions, I can cross-cancel. I know that 1 and 1 will cancel each other, and 2 and 2 will cancel each other. Now, what do I have left on this side of my equation?
It's a equals to 6. It says
6.
No, 3,
But
sorry.
what's in my denominator? 6 over, what's in my denominator?
6 over 1. No, is it 2?
2, because you can multiply them like that. 6 times 1 is 6, and then 1 times 2 will give us
2.
2. Clean it up for me. A is then
9.
equal to
3.
3.
But then, ma'am,
yes,
on the step before you add the, what's this, the 1 over 2 on both sides, wouldn't it, is it, okay, wait, I don't know how to do this. Will you get the same amount of marks if you just took 2a and divided it into 6, but then it's not like terms, never mind.
Okay, so if you took 2a and divided into 6, you'd still have the problem that there'd be an a in your answer. And you don't want a as part of your answer. You want a on its own. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So what we're trying to do is take everything away from a and leave a on its own. That's what we're trying to do.
Oh,
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're very welcome. Dwayne, okay, before I answer Dwayne's question, I want everybody who's okay with this to answer my brain break question. There's my first brain break question. Would you rather, and I don't want to answer, I don't want to do this one because this one is easy. Everybody will give me a nice answer. They'll be like, I want to be a hero, ma'am. No, I want you guys to answer this one for me. Would you rather be completely bald or covered from head to toe with hair? Give me an answer for that one. Okay, Dwayne, how are we doing, my sweetie?
Ma'am.
Yes.
No, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, it's fine, ma'am, because I was with Utanda on C, ma'am. I got lost there, ma'am, but you explained it now, ma'am.
Okay, excellent.
Thank you, ma'am.
Excellent. All right, my boy. Well done. Okay. Sinobuyo? Who said none of the above? Sinobuyo, what's up, my sweetie? I see your hand is up. Oh, no, Jackie, where are you? I'm going to need you to put your hand up for me, my sweetie, so I can unmute you. Hello, Sinobuyo.
Hello, ma'am.
What's up, my sweetie?
Can you give me a homework?
We're going to get to the homework, okay, in just a little bit. All right.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Cool, my sweetie. Excellent. Akumzi, what's up? Why is everybody like, even the eyebrows? Yes, you have no hair. You can draw your eyebrows. Who said I can draw your eyebrows? Jackie, my sweetie, I need you to put your hand up for me. Hello, Akumzi.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello. What's up, my sweetie?
What? And then for number 2, I would rather be completely bald.
So like you will have no eyebrows, no eyelash, no eyelashes, no hair, nothing.
How? Okay, imagine the embarrassment at school.
Imagine going to school with no brows. Then everybody can see that you've drawn them on with that pencil and they're sitting here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then everybody's like, you see those eyebrows. What are you gonna do? What are you going to do? Pick one, pick one. I know. Okay, Akumzi says she'd rather be bald. No eyebrows, no eyelashes, no hair. Mulemo, which one would you choose? You, Amasha, you must be an expert. Now you'll start being an expert on how to draw your eyebrows. Actually, yes, I would also just wear a frontal, a lace frontal. But imagine for the dudes in the room. Hi, Umulemo.
Ma'am, are we doing number 2 or number 3?
We're doing number 2, but you can do number 3 if you would like. Also, tell me.
Ma'am.
Would you rather eat a small can of cat food or 2 rotten tomatoes? See, I'm telling you, like, I'd rather die. Which one would you choose? Cat food or rotten tomatoes?
rather eat 2 rotten tomatoes.
Why the rotten tomatoes? Cat food might just taste like tuna. Maybe it's just like fancy tuna that, you know, that went to cat school instead of... No? See, and then somebody's like, you put the sauce, you know, you can even, you know, put it in the frying pan there, and it'll be nice. No? Okay, I thought I could convince you.
That's fine.
No, Tando's like, cat food's not that bad. Tando, what has happened in your life? We need to know. What's happened in your life that you're like, cat food ain't so bad? I mean...
Cat food tastes like tuna. That's my guess, and I'm going to go with it.
Yes, you know what I mean? I'm thinking to myself, you know, cat owners love their cats. So that's going to be like they're going to make the cat food taste kind of nice. I can see dog food. Dog food doesn't look nice. I would never eat dog food. But cat food kind of looks kind of like a gourmet pasta, like a gourmet tuna dish. You know what I mean? I think I would go for cat food. All right, okay. So we're going to continue with this. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Cat food with morodu. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to do this, guys, but we're going to speed this up just a little bit. Okay, and Teacher Cat will continue with you guys again on Thursday. We're going to take the question A over here, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to go 6 minus 4n is equal to negative 18. Now, many of you guys would have just learned how to transpose. Now, what transpose means is that you would take each of the numbers and you would take them over the equal sign, and they would just change their sign. So 6 on this side of the equal sign would just become negative 6 on the other side. Okay, or what I call it with my kids is we call it over the rainbow. So we call this a rainbow. This is a rainbow. And if you are positive on this side of the rainbow and you go over to the other side of the rainbow, you become negative. And if you are negative on that side of the rainbow and you come over to this side of the rainbow, you become positive. Okay, so we're going to take 6 over to that side of the rainbow and it's going to become negative 6. So what I'm going to have is negative 4n is equal to negative 18 minus 6. Okay, and then we're just going to clean it up a little bit. So negative 4n is equal to, tell me in the chat, guys, what is negative 18 minus 6? Negative 18 minus 6? No worries, Mohau. Good, it's negative 24. Ayanda, don't forget that negative. Okay, it's negative 24. All right. And then the last thing that we need to do, instead of looking for the multiplicative inverse, we can just divide by the thing we want to get rid of. Okay, we can then divide by negative 4. So I'm going to divide this side by negative 4, and I'm also going to divide this side by negative 4. Okay, negative 4 divided by negative 4 will cancel. And I will have n is equal to a negative and a negative will give us a positive. And 24 divided by 4 is 6. Yes, well, yeah, we can do that. Okay, so you can actually do this, guys. Okay, we're going to try the over the rainbow method. One more question because Teacher Coco's got to go. Yes, Raven.
Ma'am?
Yes.
I needed your help with my chat. My chat doesn't allow me to send messages to you.
Okay. Well, on our side, even though we're hosts, we do give you the opportunity to share messages with everyone in the class. Okay. So I don't think it's going to be an issue on our side because everybody else's messages are coming up just fine. Yes, Teacher Simone? Everything fine on your side? Yeah. So I think, Raven, you need to check your settings to see if maybe somewhere in your settings you haven't checked a box or unchecked a box or something. Okay. So maybe after this lesson, just have a look through all of that and see if you haven't checked something somewhere. Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're very welcome, my sweetie. All right. Ayanda, I see your answer and I raise you a negative because this is negative 12. And if I divide by negative 12, I need to also divide by negative 12. And then the negative 12s will cancel. 36 divided by negative 12. What's my answer going to be, guys? Negative 12, negative 36 divided by negative 12 is, thank you, Mpo and Jackie, negative 3. And that is equal to x. Okay. All right, I'm going to call it a day right there. Okay, it is so easy, Tepo, I agree. All right, I've got a rush. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, Teacher Kat will be back on Thursday. No, I didn't kidnap her. She's not in my basement. She'll be back. Okay, and I will see you guys again probably soon. Hopefully soon. Okay, yes, Vavudi.
Ma'am, what if the method I'm using gets me to a dead end? Am I supposed to restart or use another method?
Well, at the moment, this is the method that we use. Okay, so if you're reaching a dead end, it might mean that your mathematics somewhere didn't quite add up.
Okay, thank you.
So check your mathematics again. Okay?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're very welcome. Okay, cheers, everybody.